Welcome, SEC fans, to the SEC Fan Talk. This is Season 2, Episode 5, our last preseason episode before we get to kickoff coming weirdly this Thursday, competing with some high school games across the country. We'll get into a couple of things, a little odd coincidence to start off the season that has happened 2 years in a row, as well as jump into the schedule, talk about each game, and give our picks for it. As always, I'm Brandon Bird here with some of the guys. We have, of course, Dale Jr. III, otherwise known as Brad Rush normally, and the ever-changing revolving door name, Mr. Winthrop Catamaran for tonight. Luke is out.
Shocker.
You know, he had something better to do, cook ramen noodles, something.
He's kind of like Santa Claus. You don't really know if he's real or not.
Just that's when he wants to come in.
Or if there's cookies involved.
Guys, we have football starting this Thursday.
Yes.
Meaningful football. Let's get that right. Meaningful football.
So, NCAA football has started. That doesn't matter. SEC football, the real football, the comparable to AFC, as Mr. Catamaran.
AFC South.
Let's give a quick shout out to one Brett Bielema, who won his first game. It was yesterday. He beat Nebraska and Scott Frost, and I bet you Scott's wishing that he never left old Central Florida.
Fighting the line.
Everyone that makes the come back, go back to my alma mater and coach, like Paul Feinbaum said today, he's like, okay, Jim Harbaugh, it's time to go.
Has there been a successful one? Has there been a successful one? Off the top of our head, anyway?
No.
Well, Phil Fulmer.
What about? I was saying no, I didn't. Bobby Bowden, coach, he was successful at West Virginia and then went to Florida State, but he didn't play at Florida State.
Is Mullen from Florida? Did he play at UF? Dan Mullen.
You know what?
I feel like he said he's a home guy, so I'm not sure.
He looks like someone who should be working at the Home Depot, though.
Yeah, in the
lawnmower section.
Yep, or in the grills.
Or in the grills. They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be no.
I guess you'd say Steve Spurrier. He was pretty successful.
Yeah, I would say. Yep, I'd say there's your guy.
Johnson City's finest.
Now what's he doing these days?
Oh, he works for UF. He's like an ambassador.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So they're just paying him to walk around campus, kind of thing. Wave, hey,
Right, and go play golf all day long.
Yeah.
It's not a bad gig. Not a bad gig.
All right. Yeah. So we are ready to kick this thing off. Let's jump right into the schedule, guys. What do we say?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Got it up.
Everybody got their icing ready for their cupcakes?
They're not all cupcakes.
Well,
they're not all cupcakes, and we'll start off with the champions, last year's champions, Alabama versus Miami at a neutral site. We talked a little bit about them last week, of course, with Alabama being our team of the week, saving them to the end, and going to start off right back with them this week. They have a lot of people are saying this is Alabama's year to falter. A lot of people are, saying it's not. Personally, against Miami, I'm going Alabama.
38-14, Alabama.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be closer.
No.
I could see 38-27.
Yeah, okay. I can see that because it was 38 2 minutes into the game, and they pulled all the starters out.
Yeah, some garbage time TDs for Miami.
Okay.
Maybe.
Now, you remember, they can get paid now So even the backups are like, I want to get that car dealership ad.
Yep.
We ain't letting them score.
Hey, Coach Saban, I have to play so many minutes to get my new Mustang. Throw me in.
So that one was an easy one to start off with. So we'll go to the next one with Rice into the Cupcake Games. Rice at Arkansas. Go ahead, Dale Jr. the third.
I mean, I don't keep up with Arkansas, but I mean, what kind of rice are we talking? We talking like Uncle Ben's rice? Are we talking Zatarain's? I mean, what kind of rice are we talking here? You know, Arkansas is going to win. It's probably going to be 28-10 Razorbacks.
I think they do a little bit better than that.
What is Rice even playing now?
I think that's like they're really good at baseball.
They are really good in baseball. They're in Texas though, are they not?
They are in Texas.
That still counts. It
does still count.
This game will be, I think, 28. This one will be closer, 28-21, 28-17, something like that.
You think so?
Don't count Rice out. Who's coaching Arkansas? It's not Jerry
Same
Jones.
guys last year.
Exactly. Until Jerry Jones brings all that booster money in, no.
Arkansas definitely going to take the win on that. What about the Auburn game? I'm going Auburn. So,
well, I mean, you'd be dumb not to, but a little action though. You never can tell with Akron. A little action.
Well, as a team that I once got a letter to, and it wasn't Auburn, gentlemen, out of high school, I am going to have to say still Auburn wins the game.
Bo Nix is still a bum, by the way.
By 3 touchdowns.
By 3.
3 touchdowns.
Over under 2 picks by Bo picks. Over under 2.
Oh, he's throwing more than 2 picks.
In the first game's what I'm saying, not the season. In the season, we're talking 500.
No, I'll give you spot on. 2 against. Yeah. 2
Vegas hit me up with a number.
I'll give you that. Florida Atlantic at Florida. Definitely Florida just walking all over them.
Isn't that where Lane Kiffin came from?
Right. So you got a lot of the last chance you guys are still over there.
Yeah, I was about to say they still got some leftovers.
So you're going to have a lot of people who are not eligible because of study hall issues and some other folks that are not going to make it due to troubles with the law. So I say Florida wins this one by a solid 3 touchdowns.
I bet they don't give up 10 points. I'd say Florida doesn't give up 10 points.
I would agree.
So 38-10? We say 38-10?
That sounds good to me.
So does anyone know the release date of
Star Wars? No.
EA NCAA football has, speaking of Florida, with Kyle Pitts on the cover, I believe. Is he not?
Wait, the game's coming out this year?
I didn't think it was coming out till next year.
There's an article about him being in it as well.
I mean, it wouldn't take too long to overlay like the Madden game engine just to put the college stuff on it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's not coming out till 2023. They just keep doing promos.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, no.
They just
the last one we got was 14.
So Tebow's going to be on the cover.
So Tebow will be on the cover.
Wow, it'll almost be 10 years because the last one was NCAA 14.
Wow,
that's crazy.
It's like NCAA baseball, the best
that
baseball
was the
game ever
only
made.
Game that I used to buy on a regular basis.
Really?
Every year. That I didn't even buy Madden. That was the game that I used to buy.
I agree. I never bought Madden either. SEC or NCAA football and NASCAR Thunder. That's my 2.
And NASCAR Thunder.
That's right.
The Georgia versus Clemson game.
Ooh.
This one has a little bit of discussion to it. And Georgia.
This one could be close.
Georgia and Clemson. Luke has texted in since he's not on. And he's going Clemson.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going Clemson too. Do you think Kirby Smart is coaching for his job out of game one?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No. You lose to Clemson, that's like losing to Alabama. Makes sense. Right? Now he loses another one, that might be a problem.
I think Kirby's already on the hot seat.
If Kirby is on the hot seat, and if he comes out of the gate, I don't think he loses his job.
Or what if he gets like smoked? What if Clemson smokes them? 41-21 or 42-21, something like that. Smokes them.
It would depend on the following two games. But he's definitely on the hot seat, and he has no room for major error, which that would be a major error, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be how he handles it afterwards. If he loses that game and wins out,
I could see Clemson winning a 2-minute drill. 28, 21, something like that.
It's possible.
Quick question. Who would you go get other than him to coach that team?
I mean, schools like Georgia, Florida, all these SEC schools think they can go get whoever they want, whenever they want. That's what they think.
I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, it's people get
Jim Harbaugh
you're looking
will be
up at
looking for a job.
You're looking up at Alabama, and everyone's wanting to be Alabama. Bottom line is, I mean, what are we talking? 2 years ago, Georgia was in the playoff.
Yeah,
true.
You're gonna have what 8 teams in the playoff in 2 years.
I've heard that's losing some. I've heard it's losing some steam, but yeah,
I doubt. I mean, they're definitely gonna move away from 4. They're gonna try to get why? I mean, especially the SEC. We want more opportunity. Because as soon as we get more of our clubs in there, we're gonna have better chance of winning the whole thing every freaking year.
No, I agree.
That's where a lot of people are against the expand. They think, oh well, if we expanded, our conference will have a better chance. You're not. You're not going to have a better chance.
It's all going to be the SEC in like 5 years anyway. It's going to be the SEC and the MAC.
What about Conference USA?
Nope. The MAC's going to eat Conference USA.
Get a little MTSU in there.
It's just, I mean, you're going to have the Georgia. If they fire, it'll be a huge mistake if they get rid of them.
UL Monroe at Kentucky, guys. Kentucky.
I love those Monroe folks.
I mean, that is legitimately my girlfriend's alma mater. That's her alma mater.
They have a rabid fan base.
She's not going to like you when you say Kentucky because Kentucky's going to win the game.
Yep.
I mean, Kentucky's probably going to finish possibly third in the East this year. So
that one was an easy one. I don't know what Kentucky is capable of down the long stretch. Definitely not dead last in the East, but they're not going to set the world on fire. They're not there yet. They are slowly gaining year over year, but I'm
telling you, it's going to be Georgia, Florida, Kentucky. Top 3 in the SEC East this year.
I think I hope you're wrong.
What's it going to be? I guess we'll pick that at the end of the show.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Well, then we'll move on. LSU starting out at UCLA. That's a big one for LSU as far as high-profile games go.
Yeah, plus you got to go to California.
Yes.
I mean, their starting quarterback is out.
It's nice weather.
Their QB1 is out.
Yes, he is.
I mean, I think you got a 31-10 LSU.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's closer than that just because of their quarterback being out. But I still think they win maybe by 10.
I mean, Kelly's on the hot seat too.
Yeah, because all of a sudden his Oregon magic's not working, which makes no sense because you're in LA. Like you're in LA. You have all of the – I mean, UCLA doesn't have the facilities that a USC does. Right. But still, UCLA is UCLA.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're
– I mean, they play in the Rose Bowl. They play in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. You probably should be able to land some of those big recruits. And now you can pay them.
So you're saying the talent pool's so big there, even though USC gets most of the talent in that area, they could pull, some guys
Oregon gets a lot of that talent too. I mean, because of Nike, and I mean, Oregon's got probably the best facilities in the country.
I mean, I'd say Arizona gets some of it too.
Yep. But I mean, if you're UCLA, you've got to step your game up and grab all that top talent out of the Los Angeles area. And you should be pulling people from Texas too.
Oh, the next one. Louisiana Tech at Mississippi State. What do they do at Mississippi State against Louisiana Tech? It's definitely going to be a win. Does he put up 50 points?
Heck yeah, it's a Pirate. He's putting up 55. Louisiana Tech's going to put up 41.
Aren't they the Raging? Are they the Raging Cajuns?
Battle of
No.
Battle of the Air Raid.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Louisiana. I mean, they could be the Mud Dogs for all I know.
You remember when?
You
remember when they won the
remember
Bourbon
when
Bowl?
You remember when that gorilla broke out the zoo and blacked your eye? No, they ever catch him? No, Mama. The search continues.
The search continues. Oh,
Louisiana Tech. Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, the most common name across the whole football scape.
Of course. Central Michigan at Missouri. Eli Drinkowitz and company, I think, just takes care of business.
Wasn't Central Michigan pretty good a couple years ago?
Yeah, when they had the guy the Titans drafted in the first round.
Yeah. The coach
and they had the boat rowing guy. Who in Minnesota.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's gone, and so are their wins.
He took the wins with him.
Yeah, so I mean they're not bad, but they're no University of Buffalo. It's like that.
Go Buffs.
But yeah, Missouri by 2.
Oh yeah,
2 touchdowns.
Okay, yeah.
I thought you meant a safety.
Yeah, not a safety.
Boy, that's not saying much for SEC. Eastern Illinois at South Carolina. I think that this one is the upset.
Is that the Salukis? No.
I think this is the upset. I think
it's the coach of South Carolina.
It's
Beamer.
Yeah, Beamer from Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a great punter.
Oh,
and a lunchbox.
Frank
Beamer's
son?
It's his son.
It's his son.
Okay.
Yeah. Beamer ball and
2.0.
South Carolina cannot recruit in their own state. I mean, their record is horrible. I think that.
Spurrier couldn't do it.
That's the upset right there.
Have you guys ever seen the movie The Program?
Yes.
I have not.
So The Program was actually shot on campus at Duke, but in the stadium at South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's how they should get the recruiting. Have Holly Berry come down there and grab all the guys. That's what she did in the movie. Just got to hire Holly Berry. All South Carolina's problems are gone. Then all of a sudden they're pulling all the top recruits. Everyone wants to come see Holly.
I mean, she's still a smoke.
Yeah, absolutely. Was she like 55?
Could be.
Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know, but tell you what, she's got it on fire.
So, for the South Carolina pick, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say South Carolina.
I'm going Carolina too. It's 27-10 Gamecocks.
Not happening.
All right, I'm gonna go closer. 21, but they win by a blocked punt. Right?
I mean, special teams, Beamer.
Right?
Special teams.
21-17.
Or run back. The last second punt. Got to punt it away at the last second. They run it back for the win, or for the maybe even run into overtime, something. But it's not going to be an easy South Carolina win.
I seen the other day that people said South Carolina had the best entrance in college football.
Had the best what?
Entrance.
Okay.
Like we're running through the tee kind of thing. They no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think they come out the sandstorm just like probably 3 other schools do too.
Doesn't Miami run through the smoke with the strippers?
Yeah.
Is that what they do?
Yeah. It's really not smoke. It's just stuff from a fire extinguisher.
Right. It's just like ice, but then they have all all of the people who are
ladies of the night
under investigation are also on the sidelines with them, because I've watched 4 documentaries on Miami. That's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah,
I think that might be the best entrance
because they're running coke out of there.
That could be true.
on to the
Just a CBS game of the week.
this is definitely far from the CBS game of the week. This is the battling with high school.
I told
ratings.
you Dobbins, Bennett, and Udawa.
The television ratings is who Tennessee is going to be battling for coming this Thursday when Bowling Green comes to Tennessee.
Scoring 48, week 1.
Yeah.
Who, Bowling Green?
No. Yeah. No. I mean, we'll see how the defense looks. They may give up 30 some odd points.
31. They're giving up 31. We're scoring 48. We're fine.
But, I mean, like I said, the scorecard don't ask how, just how many.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
I mean, question is, how many empty seats are going to be in Neyland? Is it going to be more than half full?
You know, I looked at getting some tickets for several games, and it was rough. It was rough.
Right, new coach. You got a new coach.
Yeah.
Everyone got a new. You got a new. There's a new spirit.
Yes, that's a
in
good
Knoxville,
word.
Right? And
there's new shine.
Like, we are going to score 100 points a game, and then the guy, you got the Eeyores in the back saying we're going to give up 105. It's all about new beginnings, and Josh is going to get him together. And
until he's fired in 2 years.
And we're going to score 48, and we're going to give up 31. But it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's all right. We're going to get the dub.
Kent State at Texas A&M. This one could potentially be the biggest blowout.
Over under 53 scored by just Texas A&M.
Texas. Yeah, Kyle Field's going to be rocking, and Kent State is. I hope they're getting a lot of money.
Oh, you know it. Oil money. They're getting that oil money. Jed Clampett money.
I have been told from my inside sources that there will be several religious figures blessing the Kent State players as they leave the tunnel to go out to the game.
Is it that one from Loyola or whatever? The nun from Loyola, it's on the basketball? That one.
They're getting everybody. They try to get the Pope.
Joel Osteen will be there.
This is going to be embarrassing. This is going to be embarrassing. I might even take the over on the 52.
I mean, so full game score over under 70 combined.
I mean, I do think, like I said, Jimbo's got that team. They are getting every top player in Texas is going to Texas A&M. Why? Because they want to play in the SEC. That is why Texas and Oklahoma said we got to get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we got to go.
So, I mean, they're literally just taking that whole giant pool of talent and just saying, you're all ours now. So Texas A&M in the next couple of years is going to be really, really tough to deal with.
Yes.
That's the only team I can see that's going to be constantly giving Alabama a fight.
Yes. And now for the saddest game of the week.
No, it's not.
East Tennessee State at Vanderbilt.
I got a question, Bird.
Wait a minute. Who do you think has the largest stadium improvement budget?
Who has the best head coach? Do you know who the coach of the Bucs is?
No.
Randy Sanders.
Is he related to Colonel?
I mean, he used to be the offensive coordinator at the University of Tennessee in 1998. So, just saying.
I can tell you that East Tennessee is a better esports team. So
they're also very good at tennis and golf. Roy McIlroy committed to ETSU before he decided to go pro. Little inside tip since I'm from the area. Little inside tip.
He's
Let's not put it past those boys out of East Tennessee.
Hey, I'm picking the Bucs.
I'm most definitely picking the Bucs to win the game.
Are you really?
Yes.
Oh my god! Yes.
All right, let's all do it. Let's all go out on a limb.
21-17 ETSU
and go for the Bucs.
21-17 ETSU.
Yeah. Vanderbilt doesn't have it. I mean, they were winless a season ago. Winless.
Didn't they have a kicker issue?
Oh yeah, no, they had a PR issue. Yeah.
I was gonna see if my wife had some eligibility left. If she wanted to get out there.
Bird, you gonna go try out for the kicker?
And just lace one. Just lace into one.
I've got it. The moving over to the 6th to be the Monday night game, Ole Miss and Louisville.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's a big one.
Dun, 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 dun.
Lane Kiffin pulled his PR magic already to get that game. I'm just kidding. The Ole Miss Rebels and Cardinals face it off. I think
it'll be sneaky close.
I think it'll be sneaky close. I think it'll be a really good game. I do think Kiffin pulls one out.
I mean, I think Ole Miss scores 100, but I think, Louisville could score 98.
I don't know who's. I mean, that we haven't seen a lot of. There has not been a lot of named quarterbacks already, other than ones that you just absolutely, the highest paid at Alabama. Even someone like Heupel has still not even said who their quarterback is for Tennessee. Now, returning quarterbacks, the Bo Nix, Felipe Franks, them sorts, of course. Seals at Vandy, some of those we know, but the ones where there's a quarterback battle, they haven't been named yet. And the rankings came out. It's not looking too wonderful, even for the SEC. It's a lot of those quarterback rankings are sub 70.
So, what the saying is, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one. What's the saying if you have 3 quarterbacks? What's the comeback for that? You have a better chance of finding half a quarterback?
Yeah, that you say. Look at Pruitt looking for a job.
Oh, has he not got hired by anybody yet?
You be like Pruitt and look for a job.
I thought he's back with Alabama, shoveling poop.
Intern.
They needed someone in
washing cars,
the Nick Saban Equine Services division.
He was a good recruiter. I mean, UT got some good classes. He just couldn't coach them.
So, Butch Jones was a good recruiter too.
That's true. Butch is also at Alabama.
No, he's not. He's a head coach at Arkansas State.
Yep.
So, there we go. All right, hold on. Let me see where old Jeremy is.
No, Pruitt's at the Giants. He's a defensive assistant coach.
Just getting that mailbox money from UT.
Quality control coach. I mean, I'd take a time off if I was him. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this year and really go backpacking in Europe and find myself. And
could you imagine him?
Him staying in a couple hostels in Germany somewhere.
He says to his wife, Casey, I Casey, now.
I'm going to go over here to the Alps and climb the mountain.
I keep going into Louisiana voice.
Me too. I have that same issue. I probably sound very similar to how he talks anyway. So,
my favorite coach is the coach straight out of the Water Boy, who is now coaching LSU.
Are you talking about Coach Klein, or are you talking about the guy that wore the hat that he always said, Coach Klein, Coach Klein?
The one I don't want to do.
He's talking about a weirdo.
You remember when Bobby Boucher come back at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl?
Yes, he's my favorite coach because I can understand a word he says, and I think it's awesome. Because
Except
I would
Tigers.
love to be a player on the team and be like, "What did he just say?"
I want to know how many dreams you've had because he said that his last 2 or 3 positions has been his dream job.
I mean, he was the head coach at Ole Miss, stunk. Yeah. Head coach at USC, got booted there. How'd he land at LSU?
He was the head coach at USC?
Yeah, he was the interim head coach after they fired Kiffin.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I think he had a pretty good year, and then they let him go.
He belongs at LSU.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
That is where the good Lord wants him.
Yes.
I mean, his recruiting idea is let's take some jambalaya to the recruits.
Yes. Yes.
I'd want to coach for him. If he's still coaching and my kids are playing ball and he comes to the house, but you're going with him. Dad, I can't understand what. Don't worry about it. Just go.
Just go with him. Don't ask what's in the food.
It's going to be hilarious. Just go.
What's in the food is all the same.
It does not.
Some has juice and some doesn't.
Okay, for our final picks as we're rolling in on 30 minutes on the we'll start with the East because that's where we went into earlier. The East, Dale Jr. the third. You're saying Georgia.
Yep.
Florida.
Yep. Kentucky.
Vanderbilt.
No. Kentucky,
Kentucky,
Missouri,
Missouri.
Tennessee,
Okay.
South Carolina,
Okay.
Vandy.
Putting it down there. Putting it down there. I agree
Go ahead.
with your bottom two.
Mark it down.
Winthrop,
I am going to say
Catamaran.
Georgia,
Yep.
Florida,
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee.
Ooh, I knew. I know what Bird thinks. Nah.
Then Kentucky.
Yep.
And then who cares?
True.
I'm going to flop your first two around. Florida, Georgia, Tennessee. Who cares?
I think it's going to be a battle between Kentucky and Tennessee, but I think Tennessee is going to outscore more people.
Based off of your predictions
I think
2
their
weeks
defense
ago,
does come to play.
Your predictions 2 weeks ago of them winning 8-9, they should really
see what's going to happen is Kentucky's going to slip up against South Carolina, and we're going to beat South Carolina. Then Kentucky's going to beat us.
No.
And then it's going to come down to us beating Missouri.
Kentucky can't hang the points as long as we don't throw interceptions like we did last year.
Well, the chances for that are much higher this year.
Into the West, Dale Jr. the third,
A&M, Alabama, Ole Miss, Auburn. Who else? Mississippi State, Arkansas, and who else? That it?
You forgot LSU.
Oh,
and he has an LSU shirt on.
Hey, I mean that shows. Go ahead and switch around. Go so Ole Miss 3, LSU 4, Auburn 5, Arkansas 6, and who wants
Mississippi State?
Yeah.
You're showing a lot of love down there for Mike Leach and
Coach
company.
Leach.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a gimmick. You
have Sam Pittman and company finishing better.
Sure. I mean, that shows you what I know about the West, for being honest.
Mr. Catamaran?
All right. Bama, A&M, LSU.
Ole Miss?
Yeah, I get no Auburn, and then Ole Miss. Nah. I think old Lane Kiffin's gonna get Spurs put to him.
Who's more of a gimmick, Lane Kiffin or the guy at Mississippi State, Leach? Who's more of a gimmick coach?
No, Lane Kiffin.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin. He's not afraid to do. I mean,
I'm saying gimmick in a bad light here, not a good light.
No. He will do it and get away with it. He knows how to do it. And knows the
Leach has a pet raccoon.
So,
Mike Leach has been throwing the air raid offense since 1983.
That's true.
He's always going to throw the ball, right? It's not a gimmick. He's just going to be like, you know what? We're going to go for it on 4th and 6, and we're going to throw a Hail Mary.
Why?
Right? That's Mike Leach.
Why? Because we gotta. We're down 21 points.
Because I can.
Yeah.
Why? Because I can.
So you know what you get with Mike Leach. Lane is he's a different sort.
I hate not seeing LSU's name up there a little higher, but if you remember back about 3 weeks ago, we went over strength of schedules, and LSU, I believe, had the hardest schedule. Was it LSU?
I don't remember. I wasn't on that show.
Yes, you were.
Was I? I don't forget.
It was you and Luke, and I'm pretty sure that it was LSU had the harder schedule. I am going to say Alabama, followed by A&M, and then Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah, Ole Miss third.
And then down from there.
Who ends the season ranked out of the SEC? Which teams end up ranked?
Everyone but Vanderbilt.
Oh, no, they'll be ranked.
Arkansas, too?
And Arkansas.
No, Mississippi State's not ending ranked.
I think they'll win all their games outside of the SEC.
Oh, if I'm looking at the SEC football helmet schedule. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, Alabama does, of course.
Georgia, Florida, A&M. There's a 4 given. Okay.
Georgia, Florida. And then you got to throw in another, and I'm saying it's Tennessee.
You are half, my friend.
We're going to the Holiday Bowl this year. San Diego.
I think Tennessee ends up ranked.
In what? Interceptions thrown?
In
Also
number
touchdowns.
of quarterbacks swapped.
That's impossible.
I guess I can't wait till the show next week where we get to go over these awesome predictions and see what came true, what didn't. Very excited for week one. It preseason is a little rough. You kind of get a little repetitive information going over. We pick up schedules a few times. So next week will be nice to talk about what happened and then how our predictions change for all the teams based off of week one moving into week two.
The eye test. They got to pass the eye test.
They gotta pass the eye candy. SEC fans, we want to thank you for joining us today. Reach out on social media, wherever it is you get your social media. We are the same at secfantalk.com. If you want to get on a show, be sure to message us. We will post out before each one of these live shows around the hour mark, and one of these days we'll actually try to start on time. And we'd love to have you on. You can talk about your team and kick in along with whatever we got going. Talk about predictions and so forth. For all of us here at SEC Fan Talk, we want to thank you for tuning in to the final preseason game. And final preseason show before the games. There we go. That's why editing is wonderful. It's hard to do when it's live. Thank you again, and let's go SEC for week one.
It just means more.